this recording, however. Hello everybody, it is I, Lurgy Pie, and today I'm coming at you from the first week of Finish What You Started. Finish What You Started is a campaign started by the community, or by, I'm not sure which. He's involved in it in the community of the wonderful and beautiful Kurt Indovina. He's a YouTuber, smaller guy. You should check him out. He makes fun stuff. But in his Discord community, he or his community, some staff there, I'm not sure which, started a campaign called Finish What You Started, where in the first month of the beautiful year 2019, we are going to, as the title implies, finish what we started. I thought about some projects and decided that the best option would be this wonderful piece of game you see before you. I think I've shown footage from this before, but I'm not 100% sure. But this is the second game that I'm probably going to be releasing out into the wonderful internet wild, the first being Shooty, which you should look at. You can shoot things. It's 2D top-down. Looks pretty much very similar graphical style because these are just practice games. But this is Runny, and I'm going to be showing off what it is right now and explain what it will be in the future. It's a 2D platformer. It's really rudimentary. You can jump off the walls. Sorry about the noises if you find them annoying. You jump up in the air. You have 2 mid-air jumps. And I'm about to die, so I should probably explain that. The bar above my head is my, I guess, life bar. It's a timer. You start with 15 seconds, I think. It's either 15 or 30, I don't remember. But you start with, I'll go with 15 seconds of health, and it slowly goes down, and that's to encourage you to actually go through the level. There are, like, items, not really items, but collectibles, little dots, and that give you a second apiece, and as well as the checkpoints will give you a full 15 seconds. Your bar can go above 15 seconds of time, your current health can, but it won't actually display that. It'll stop displaying at 15 seconds. So that's the kind of like what you're doing, why you need to be moving. As far as the mechanics go, you can jump twice in the air. You have 2 mid-air jumps, and I'm going to go over here. You can wall jump, which I showed earlier. Forever. You can wall jump on the same wall if you want to because you're lame. And also there's one other thing, and that's the drop dash, that's what it's called. A dropping mechanic. So if you're in the air and you press down, you'll shoot straight downwards. You can't steer once you've started that. And if you're holding a direction when you land on the ground, you'll roll in that direction. It doesn't decrease your hitbox size, but you do go faster. And if you jump out of that roll, you'll conserve the momentum you had when you landed. And so that's basically the physics mechanics of this wonderful game. This is an endpoint on this debug level, which makes a beautiful noise. Yeah, beautiful. When you finish a level, it'll just stick you like this. You're frozen. You have to press escape to go back to the overall main menu. So there's a few options here. Originally, I wasn't going to make these. The whole game was just going to be you can move around and do whatever, and then I added a console window, but I let some friends play it, and they're like, no, you should make a menu and not have to work with the console anymore, so I guess I have to do that. You can look in the levels, which is where we went earlier. Here's some stuff. You can't actually you can press escape on any menu except for this place. Like at any point in time, you can press escape to go back to the menu except here. These are levels. This is a pack, which means it has multiple levels in it. I'll do more explanation of that stuff later. This is infinite, which, as you can imagine, just means you kind of go forever. These are the dots that give you time. And this is kind of barren, the infinite mode. It only generates flat platforms that slowly go up and then horizontal ones that go. They are random, and the amount of dots that spawn and all that stuff is random, but it isn't the most riveting of random generation out there. But that was what the original project was just the infinite. But then I was bored, and I was like, well, what if I made it so you could make levels? So that's the other most important thing, is the ability to actually make levels. This P is your spawn point where the player will spawn. It's always at 0, 0. WSD to move around just like in-game, and Q and E to zoom out. You move kind of fast. Sorry about that. These are the things you can spawn in. So the basic and most rudimentary one is this, which if you click this square, that's a platform. And so then it'll give you this console line, which is, I know it's unintuitive, I'm sorry, but it was just the easiest way to do this. And so then you put in the X space Y values for the size of the platform, and that spawns in a platform. Middle click will always repeat the last command you use, so we can spawn in the exact same platform a few times. And then all the other, there are commands you can use to do everything else. You open the console window with C. Oops. You open the console window. Oh. Beautiful. It stored the ESC character. Sorry about that. Press enter. C. Enter. C. Wow. We've discovered a bug. How exciting is that? That you can... What have I done? I need to... I got this. I got this. Well, guys, back in a moment. Okay, I'll fix that before I release it. Don't worry, that won't be very hard to fix. Back to what we were talking about. You can press C to open the console and run commands that you can use to do everything else that you could by just clicking the icons. So they'll always spawn in the center of the screen. I'll get rid of this. That was a dot. So dots are what these things are called. They give you 1 second of time. You click to place them once you've... you click to spawn one in, click and drag to move it around, middle click to spawn more, right click, and if you're holding right click and you touch them, they'll despawn. It's a bit annoying, so don't spawn too many of them that you don't want to have to delete. It's not the most intuitive, but it's not meant to be. It's just simple. I made it for fun, and hopefully you can have fun with it. This thing here is an end goal. When you touch this, you exit. This thing here is a checkpoint. When you touch this, you get 15 more seconds of time, and you'll respawn there if you die. I'll spawn in some platforms to... by 10, 10, to try and make some more sense of what's going on. And I'll save this level. Saving it can only be done through the console again because I'm lazy, I guess. What I missed. I want 0, 10. If the console does weird things, I'm sorry, I've never programmed a console before. It should, for the most part, work unless you exit when it's open, like I showed earlier. Oh, I need spawn dot. There we go. Beautiful. Put a few of these bad boys out there. I'm going to move this over here. So this is our beautiful level we've created. Saving, you have to do through the console. Press C to open console, type save, and then you can name it whatever you want. So I think I already have that, so I'll call it Kurt. The .lvl at the end is optional. You don't have to write that out. If you just save Kurt, it should automatically add that to the end. And now the level is saved. We can... There's another command that's hidden, clear, and that clears everything. And now load is another command. Kurt.lvl. There, see? Beautiful. So now that means the level is definitely saved. You can also look in the directory. They save directly to the to where the exe for this is. So if you're worried when you run save, it should instantly pop right in there. And you can manually edit them. They're really text files. You can probably understand what everything in there means. I didn't make them weird. I just outputted text because I've never done saving before, so that was a new thing. But now that we've saved it, we can actually look at the levels, and Kurt.lvl is there, and we can play it. As you can see, I can collect these wonderful dots, and as you can see, my time isn't going down. That's because I have more than 15 seconds. Oh, that's going to be hard to get. That's because I have more than 15 seconds of time, and so after all of the excess time is gone, in my last 15 seconds, it should start shrinking. But I'm not going to show that. I'm going to kill myself by jumping off. If you're moving downwards, or you haven't landed on anything for, I think it's 2 seconds, then you'll die automatically, or if you run out of time. So if we jump off and fall for 2 seconds, we'll respawn, right here, where I put the respawn point, which is kind of dumb. Dots do repopulate when you die, as you saw there. And now we can go to the end, which runs victory. If we go to the levels, you can pack levels together. So I'm going to go through this, trying to go through it quickly. This is this was the first level I made. I'm going to be remaking the levels, but you can pack the levels. I died. I died on the very first easiest level. No one saw that. I'll just get back to where I was. There, I'll touch the checkpoint this time. Oh, I put these dots here to mark where you should jump. And then I figured they have to learn the wall jump to get up that part there. Here's a checkpoint. This is supposed to teach you the rolling mechanic because there shouldn't be any other way to get across without rolling, but I believe you can jump it. Don't tell anyone that. And this is the end. If levels are packed together, it will automatically move you from the end of a level that's in the pack to the next level. So that the world doesn't currently have any other levels in it. But if we go into build, actually, let's go back. So if we look at our levels, we can pack together test and test 2. I'll look just at, yeah, so they're these things. So I haven't done this in a while, but nope. It should be pack test.lvl test 2.lvl. And I needed a name for it, I think. It probably didn't. Yeah. I'll go in here. So if you type in pack and then the name of the levels you want to pack together, all of them, or actually I gotta look this up. Give me just a moment. Okay, beautiful. Oh no, I broke it. Runny, no. Okay, continue. Okay, so if you go into build and you type in pack, press C to open console, type in pack, the name of the pack, so we'll go with test.pack, and then the levels you want to pack, test.lvl and test2.lvl. That will pack everything, so they're all, and this will create a pack, which is this thing here, test.pack. And so this is a series of levels that are strung together. So if we click it, it'll spawn us in to test 1, which I guess I made a while ago as a first level. And so now when we touch the end, it won't end the level, rather it'll teleport us to the next level in the pack, which is where we are here. And that's the end of the pack, so that's victory. And now we can go back to the main menu. So that's what Runny is. That took a few months. It's the first time I'd ever, done most of any of this. It turned out well. I'm proud of it. It's all I ever wanted it to be. There are a few bugs you saw. I'll fix those. But the important thing that's missing before I want to release it is levels. And I promised a friend of mine that I'd make 25 levels for it. As you can see, there was one badly made level I'm going to fix. And that is all that this game currently has inside of it as levels. And so that's what I'm going to be finishing. I'm going to be adding all the levels together and making more levels. That's what I'm going to be finishing. I'm going to be adding more levels to the game so that there's actual content when I release it out to the wild so people have something to do. And I'm going to... that's what I'm going to be finishing. I'm going to add more levels to it so it actually has content, and that's what this whole campaign is going to be. I'll release weekly updates of it. Look at that. You can get stuck in animations. I left it like that on purpose. I'll be releasing weekly updates for the game out into the beautiful wild on YouTube just to show where I'm at with fixing this. I'm going to be taking a break from my other projects while I do that. But that's that. Also, a little update on what's happening with the channel. I'm going to start trying to stream on Saturdays. I missed this week, so I apologize for that. But I'm going to start trying to stream. I'll be playing games on Twitch. I should have the same name there, LurgyPie. You should be able to find me. If you can't, I don't know, tweet me or something. Um, and I'll be playing Subnautica first, which I've never played before, so that'll be fun. I've seen people play it, so I know a fair amount about what's going on. It's not like I'm completely new, but I'll be playing that. And also, I'll be trying to upload 2 videos a week, so one of them will be development related, the other one will probably be something else random, like playing a video game or something. And yeah, that's where the channel's going. We're chugging along, we're going to make it. I'm sorry about the big gap, but I'm back now, and it's going to be good. What else? Talked about this. You may be asking yourself why I didn't already start making levels for the first week, and I have an excuse for that. Got the game set up, right? It's on my thing. I started it up, and I started doing stuff in it, and I realized there was a bit of a bug. The game would randomly slow down, and I didn't want to release a game that would randomly slow down. So before I could even start making levels, I had to fix it because it was in part broken. That took all week. Not constant work. I was doing other things, like busy with life stuff, but it took all week to figure it out what was wrong, and it was a really stupid error. But I got it fixed, and now the game runs just as beautifully as it did before, with a little bit of screen tearing. And that's what I got done this week, was fixing the game so I could make this video and say, hey, this is what I'll be doing for the month. So yeah. Anyway, that is all I have for you wonderful people today. I'll be seeing you... Anyway, that is all I have for you wonderful people to... Anyway, that is all I have for you wonderful people today. I'll be seeing you in the next video, and never forget that you are loved. Yay! It only took a